Nifty major Reliance has come out with its numbers, and right now we are seeing the breaking numbers coming in. The net revenue that is down 7% on a sequential basis. PAT, however, there's a significant jump coming in, roughly from 19,407 odd crore rupees, jumping up to almost 26,994 crore rupees. EBITDA numbers slightly down, 2% sequential downtick coming in, but interestingly, the margins that are shot up by almost 800 basis points, coming in at 17.6%. Initial numbers, what we are gathering in from our estimates earlier, revenue is largely in line, margin weak at almost 17.6%. The ET Now poll suggested that the margins would be northwards of 18.3 odd percent. EBITDA below estimates, PAT above estimates, but largely no clear trend. Overall mixed. Last quarter also numbers were mixed, but of the consumption names did perform better. And of course, we'll be joining in with Aditya Shah, founder of Hercules Advisors. Good evening, Aditya. What do you make of the initial numbers for Reliance? Mixed set of numbers coming in as we look into more details.
Yeah, so awaiting more details, the numbers look okay. The petrochemical business has done really well. The spreads have improved, so that business is doing exceptionally well. The retail business has been a growth has been leading the growth. There, both the revenue has come, I think, at a double-digit growth, as well as the margins are very very good there. The retail business is also doing exceptionally well. Need to understand what has happened over Geo. On the ARPUs, I think have improved, but I need to have a look at the numbers. Numbers are just trickling in. Awaiting details on what Geo has done. But Petchem and the retail business both have done really very good this quarter. There's a one exceptional gain on back of their stake sale in Asian Paints. That is one part of it. Other than that, the results look really very stable.
Yes, we did speak about the refining margins, Aditya, because there were some plant shutdowns also. Now joining us, we are also having Naveen Kulkarni, CIO at Axis Securities PMS. Good evening, sir. Just the numbers just coming in right now. Mixed set of numbers from Reliance. Revenue largely in line. Margins weak at 17.6% as versus the ET Now poll of 18.3 odd percent. And now we're just getting the segmental numbers also. Let us just go through the numbers initially. OTC segment, the revenue and the EBITDA both have seen downtick, but of course there was a shutdown in refineries that aided the margins, a slight bump up of 9.4%. Oil and gas segment, largely that numbers have been muted for both the revenue and the EBITDA segments for oil and gas segment, and the retail segment that has performed largely in line with what the street consensus and estimates was. And last quarter also we saw the consumption names doing well. Digital services that has done well, and we are waiting the ARPU numbers as well. Expectation is that ARPU would be going up more than 200 rupees. uh, Naveen, what are your initial thoughts for Reliance coming in, and if you could break it in the segmental wise also.
Yeah, so I haven't had a look at all the numbers, but what I can understand is that the margins look slightly weakish. That is one. Uh, could you give me the O2C EBITDA number? Because we were expecting around 15,500 crores.
Yes, the OTC EBITDA number is at 14,511 crores. It's largely bang in line. That's Aditya had earlier confirmed as well.
Okay, so that number seems to be lower than what we were expecting because GRMs there was expectation of an improvement in this quarter. I don't see there would be much of inventory losses, but that could be another factor which could have been had an impact on the EBITDA numbers for O2C. But O2C numbers are lower than what we were expecting. Uh, could you give me the retail business number, because we were expecting stable numbers on a sequential basis, closer to around 7,000 crores?
For the OTC business, as we have
No,
discussed,
the retail business.
14,005. Oil and gas, the EBITDA number is Naveen 4,996 crore rupees. Retail, it is 6,381, and digital on the higher side 18,312 crores.
Yes. So I would say that the numbers look slightly lower than what we were expecting. So retail is we were expecting like around 6,700 to around 7,000 crores EBITDA. The the oil and gas, again, that number seems to be in line, so that is not a significant miss. But retail is slightly weaker. The O2C also seems to be slightly weaker than what we were expecting.
So initial numbers coming in, OTC and retail numbers, these are coming slightly, or you could say below estimates from uh, this analysis initially which we are gathering from Naveen. And Aditya, talking about digital services, do the numbers look largely in line? Of course, we spoke about oil and gas, that's largely in line, but digital services, that's where the actual information is expected to come in. ARPU numbers are not out yet. We are waiting for the press release. But Aditya, what are your views on the digital services? The EBITDA is coming in at healthy 18,312% and a
So I
significant uptick in margins also. Aditya.
Yeah, I think the Jio business numbers are out. They have got 9.9 million subscribers, and the ARPU I think is at about nearly about 201 to 202 rupees. That is 15% up from last year. So I think Jio business has done pretty well. The subscriber addition is in line with what Bharti Airtel is also really doing. So again, a duopoly and ARPU increases are set to continue over the period of next year as well. So Jio particularly has performed good in this quarter, and I expect the ARPU ramp up to continue. So Jio and retail, for my liking, both of them have done really well this quarter and will continue to do so. Mind you, retail business was on a path for rationalization of stores, and that is really happening at the retail side of the business.
ARPU numbers are out. It's coming in at roughly 208 rupees 80 paise coming in. Of course, last quarter this was 206 rupees. So it seems like it is in line or actually beating the market expectations as well for ARPU, and it's jumped 1.3% sequentially. So you're bang on right. Yes, Jio has performed well. I would like to get Naveen your thoughts also in ARPU. The subscriber additions seem decent. ARPU numbers also higher side 2.8. And the Reliance scorecard you can see in front of you, it's mixed. EBITDA below estimates, PAT, of course, one-off adjustments coming in. How are you looking at the Jio business, Naveen?
Yeah, Jio number clearly look pretty good. We were expecting about a 1% improvement, but so that has come in. More importantly, the subscriber addition, if I heard it correctly, it's more than 9 million customers. So we were expecting it to be around 6 million customers. So I think Jio continues to gain market share. So that's a very, very strong performance. EBITDA should have improved both on sequential basis. Of course, YOY, the improvement will be quite significant considering the ARPU has improved significantly. So overall, Jio numbers, I would say probably in the overall segments look to be the strongest at this point in time.
Naveen, apart from this commentary also coming in from Managing Director Mukesh Ambani, and they have of course stated that the consolidated EBITDA that has improved solid basis if you look at the significant volatility seen in the global macros, and commentary coming in that energy markets have encountered a lot of uncertainty and a sharp fluctuations have come in the crude prices. Also the statement coming in is that the OTC business, there has been a strong demand coming in as value added solution is something they'll be looking out for, and a natural decline coming in the KGD gas production actually resulted in marginally lower EBITDA as we had discussed in the oil and gas segment as well. Aditya, just looking at the consumption business, retail business, how is this actually panning out, going ahead? Of course, just let's look at the medium term basis. What are the key triggers going ahead for Reliance?
So within the retail business, as I said, Reliance is moving towards rationalization of a lot of stores. A lot of unprofitable stores are being cut out by the company, and double digit. I think that double digit growth from the retail business over the period of next 1 or 2 years is something that I really look forward to. The process, the competition is very high in the retail business, so rationalization is something that I look forward to. And this quarter as well, I think that the numbers are pretty okay. So if you look at the order, the mobile business has done pretty well. The telecom business has done pretty well. Then the retail business comes in, and then the petchem business comes in. So all businesses have done pretty okay. The Jio business has outperformed, and I expect the retail business also to do well over the period of next 1 or 2 years.
Speaking of which, when you speak about your telecom business, AI has been a very important cause of concern to us. Speaking, their peer Bharti Airtel announced a Perplexity AI subscription for the consumers. No announcement coming in for AI. How are you looking, Naveen, the AI front? Telecom segment is getting competitive now. More data, more AI, and more 5G coverage is something which is the mantra for the telecom players. Naveen, nothing coming in the AI front from Jio right now?
They would do something about it. So let's see what happens on that front. But clearly, Bharti has taken the lead and they have figured out something interesting. We'll see how that pans out. But more or less, there are quite a few AI engines which are available globally. They each have their own set of advantages, a set of disadvantages. So I think maybe Jio would look at doing something on their own or probably partnering with somebody. That remains to be seen. But it's definitely a very, very interesting step that Bharti has taken. And more or less, I think everybody will follow the suit sooner or later.
And Aditya, of course, the main concern is when will the Jios listing be there? Of course, some news reports had come that the listing has been deferred for next year. Nothing, no kind of, you could say, any kind of hints also coming in any statement from the management as well. How are you looking at the value unlocking when it comes to Reliance?
Geo both have to be listed on the exchanges. Uh, Within the telecom space, Jio and Bharti Airtel, both of them will continue to do well. So duopoly means that a lot of value unlocking will happen for Reliance as and when these companies get listed. From my perspective, of course, it's just a matter of time when these companies continue to get listed, and they will unlock a lot of potential value for Reliance. So waiting for it. But Geo's performance has been very, very good this quarter and highly enthusiastic about the listing that will happen.
Very positive point coming in. Of course, last quarter, the statements were coming is that all the green investments which were there earlier as just tests are now actually going into cash flow generating activities. No statement coming in as such right now, but seems it's a long gestation period work. Naveen, Reliance Retail has announced that the business expansion is going strong. 388 new store openings have taken place, and the total store count that comes into 19,592. So expansion is going strong in the retail segment as well. How are you looking at this segment now?
Yes, so retail, of course, they continue to do well. Expansion is happening, but a critical factor will be what is the level at which the margins will settle in this business, right? So that's a very, very critical component. Expansion can happen, but what is the right area of margins that the company can deliver over longer term time frame? Because right now, if you look at the overall subsidiaries or the segments for Reliance Industries, the maximum value which is attributed to is the retail business, right? So people tend to value at more than 35 times EV EBITDA, right, on 1 or 2 year forward EBITDA numbers. So from that perspective, the critical angle will be how do they deliver value through having stable margins over longer time frame, how they are able to crack that number and they may maintain margins at a reasonable level over longer time frame. So that's a focus area which I think we would be very, very keenly watching. Margins have improved over the last couple of years. And where do we see that stabilizing and how sustainable those margins are will remain the most critical component for the retail stores.
Yeah, so expansion is also there and there might be yield compression as well, but important statement coming in from Mukesh Ambani, Chairman and MD. He has stated that Reliance will continue its stellar track record and expected to double its record every 4 to 5 years. So as per the calculation, you could say a 14 to 16% CAGR growth expected each year if you take it on an average. Aditya, strong commentary coming from the founders, and of course we are awaiting the AGM also, where the promoters would be also coming on stage and some important announcements might be taking place. How are you looking at that strategic view for Reliance? Currently we spoke about value unlocking in the IPO space for Jio, but going ahead, other than Jio, there are other sectors also where we can see value unlocking, your new age energy sectors, and even you could say satellite communications.
So Reliance is trying to transform itself away from the petchem business into all other type of businesses. Today morning, we've also seen Reliance has acquired and forayed into the consumer durable equipment business as well. So the company is in the middle of a major transformation that is happening. Energy is one of the sectors where Reliance will continue to dominate. They are also investing in green energy, energy of the future. and at the same time, retail businesses are also taking shape. So from my perspective, transformation is on. 5 to 10 years will be very important as Reliance continues to transform. A lot of new businesses will come in, and a lot of value unlocking will happen. So from a longer term perspective, Reliance will continue to do well as a group and as a company. A whole host of new businesses are going to come up for Reliance.
A lot of value unlocking opportunities and a long-term bet coming in from Aditya. And a couple of more snippets coming in from the press release. Jio has surpassed 200 million 5G subscribers, 20 million home connections, and the capex for the quarter, that was roughly 29,875 crore rupees. Interestingly, Naveen, final thoughts on Reliance earnings and how it is placed for the AGM?
So I think we'll have to see. Maybe the stock could be flattish, more likely, based on the earnings that we are seeing. Valuation-wise, I would say that at the current market capitalization of 20 lakh crores, maybe another 2 lakh crores of that, 22 lakh crores kind of an EV. I would say that the upside potential will depend on the other factors like the energy business and also the value unlocking which can happen through Jio, right? So those are the critical factors to watch out in the AGM. Right now, I feel based on the results, it could be more of a flattish performance going into, let's say, the next couple of weeks.
Some knee-jerk reactions might be there for Reliance, but of course the long-term thesis and in the consumption part and the telecom part, they are offering a lot of promise. Of course, the value unlocking, which Aditya had spoken earlier. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining and giving us the review and analysis of Reliance's earnings this late evening. Thank you very much, Naveen and Aditya, for joining us at ET Now. And that's a wrap when it comes to Reliance coverage.